Okay, have a little broadhead test for you guys today. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to use this year in the field. A couple of my sponsors have wanted me to make a video of some of my setup and what I use and why I use it. I've posted videos on Facebook before. I've kind of gotten away from Facebook for a little bit. A lot of negative comments, a lot of guys that are opinionated, stuff like that. Try to tune some of that out. I'm getting ready for deer hunt season, and it's right around the corner here in Nebraska, so I don't need any of that negativity. Give you guys a rundown of my arrow. So this is a practice tip by Rage. It's the Rage broadhead that I picked for this year, and hopefully you can hear me, is the Hypodermic+P. So this is the practice tip for that. I'm using a brass insert on my Easton axis arrow. It's 28 inches long, and then I have a nocturnal green lighted knock. These arrows are running about 502 grains per inch. I wanted to go with a little bit heavier arrow this year than what I've went with in the past. Usually I try to stick around 450. I'm not a speed demon by any means, but this bow, I'm shooting a Matthews Halon a Matthews 32 6-inch brace height. So I'm pushing these arrows at about 302 feet per second, which is actually cooking. It's a little bit faster than I like. I actually prefer a slower, about 280 to 290. And that's just based off of noise. I feel like the more you go over 300, you notice guys at the range, even if it's indoors or outdoors, you can hear their arrow whistling. So that's why I chose to go with that. So I'm gonna shoot this arrow and see where it ends up going. And then I also have a Slick Trick Raptor trick that I'm gonna try out. And we're just at 20 yards. I've got my Reinhardt Booner buck set up. So we'll see what happens and see which one flies better. And then we'll make a decision from there. So let's see what happens. Got a little bit of wind today. Man, that one flew really nice, that Rage. And this one here is the Slick Trick Raptor trick. It's Slick Trick's first expandable broadhead. They've been known obviously for their fixed blades. I've used their fixed blades in the past, and they cut massive holes. I love a good Slick Trick fixed blade. I've switched back to expandables. I shot 2 years of fixed blades, switched back to the expandables since I'm shooting a lot heavier arrows, so I'm trusting that penetration, especially with those brass inserts. It seems to do really well. So yeah, let's shoot this one, and then I'll take you guys down there with me, and we'll see how I did here. Hopefully I can put this one right on the money. So okay, so that one flew pretty good too. The difference that I've noticed just in the practice tips, the Rage is a little bit louder, and I don't know, obviously without shooting the actual broadhead, if that would make a difference. The Slick Trick also, I will say, gets not quite as good as penetration. But like I said, without shooting the actual broadhead, you're never really gonna know. And I mean, the Slick Trick Raptor trick is a 2-inch cut compared to an 1.5-inch cut on the Rage Hypodermic+P. So we'll walk you down there and see how I did and see which arrow penetrated the furthest. It's kind of funny, we're sitting here in the daylight and I can actually see my nocturnals light. I mean, that's pretty wild how bright they are. So let's walk down, and I'll see if I can keep my camera on myself. they make, obviously I'm wearing a shirt right here, you guys can see it, Sick Rack Apparel. But if you guys want to check them out, you can actually get a discount if you, at your checkout, you use the code Bateman15, and that'll get you a discount on your final purchase. And it's just kind of a code you can use to get some pretty cool gear. They got a lot of women's and men's stuff. They just came out with women's leggings or spandex or whatever you want to call them, and I know how popular that is with the ladies. So I'm going to adjust my camera here and set my bow down, so that way you guys can see where these broadheads ended up, and then I'll show you which one is which here. I gotta put the legs down here. For video and hunts this year. I'm excited about it. I just got it by Nikon. It's really high quality pictures that I'm getting from it, and it goes down from 17 inches and goes all the way up to 72 inches, so it's pretty good. So let's see here. Alright, so I'm gonna see if I can get on my arrows here. Okay, so that bottom arrow is gonna be my Rage broadhead, and then the top arrow is the Slick Trick. Now, obviously I aimed in two different places because I didn't want to crash these arrows. They're not cheap, and so I didn't want to kill them there. You guys can probably hear the train in the background, but both of them flew straight. I mean, they hit exactly where I was aiming. The Rage I hit obviously a little bit low. Like I said, my only complaint with the Rage is that it seems to be a little bit loud. I hope you guys excuse my outfit. It's about 110 degrees here today in Cedar Creek, Nebraska, so we do have a little breeze, which helps, but it's still hotter than heck. So I'm dressed up kind of hillbilly-ish, but that's how we roll here in Nebraska, so I'm okay with it. But anyway, so just to give you guys a rundown of my my setup. So I got Matthews Halon 32 6-inch brace height, 65 pounds. I'm shooting these arrows at 302 feet per second, and they're 502 grains, which is absolutely incredible. You know, I'm really impressed with what Matthews has done. I've shot a lot of different bow companies. I got my HHA Optimizer Light Kingpin. It's the first HHA sight that I've ever owned, and it's probably not going to be the last. I don't think that I'll ever shoot another sight again. I cannot say enough about how impressed I am with HHA and how solidly built they are, and the customer service is absolutely phenomenal. They're proud to say that they're made in the USA, and I love the fact that they support our troops, and I'm really big on that. I'm also running a Shrewd Raid stabilizer. I believe that one's the 10-inch. I added 3 ounces of weight to the front and takes all the vibration out, settles in really well. Team QAD, HDX rest, G5 peep, and really it's a pretty simple setup. I will say that the most extravagant thing that I have on my bow is probably my sight, but that's the most important thing to me. So I'm extremely happy with these, and it's going to be a really tough pick. So I'm going to put this up for you guys to look at and watch, and let me know what you think. Looks like the Rage got better penetration, like I said, but that Slick Trick's, it's hitting right where I want it to hit. So leave a comment, subscribe, like the page. I'm going to be new to this, so please bear with me if the video is a little bit shaky or maybe it's a little foggy. It's kind of humid out today, so I wish you guys all the luck in the woods. Be safe out there, and as always, give God the glory. See you guys later.